Hey guys, welcome back to Move Mountains Pilates. My name is Jess, and today I have a little foam roller stretch and strength lower body workout for you. So you need your roller. Mine's a nice big tall one from Marathon. I love this one because it's just so versatile. You can do so many different things with it, but any foam roller will do. And then just you and your body. Besides that, we're essentially gonna roll out a muscle group and then do an exercise, or do an exercise first and then roll out that muscle group and then do the exercise again. And that way you can compare how it feels before versus after foam rolling. So just lower body today, but let me know, do you want me to do the upper body in a different video one day? Let me know in the comments. And you can go ahead and start standing. Okay, so starting standing, we're just going into some calf raises. Feel free to have a wall nearby to hold on to, or even your foam roller if it's tall. Set up your feet parallel, sitting bone distance, and then rise up and control the way down. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Get your core tight, glutes are squeezing, and you're moving through center. Body weight between the second and third toe. Notice if your ankles are wobbly side to side. You're really just doing these calf raises to take inventory of your body now before we foam roll, so you have something to compare it to after. How slow can you go on the way down? Yeah. How high can you go up? What's your range like? What do your feet feel like? Is there any tension gripping anywhere? Are you getting crampy? Take inventory and finish 2 more. Last one here. And then we're gonna roll out your calves. So take your seat, and then starting with one calf on the roller, the other foot's flat on the floor, you're gonna pick up your bum and roll to your ankle, to the knee, going a little side to side, just rolling it around and massaging your calf. Now, if your wrists are an issue, possibly you could do this on your elbows instead, whatever works best. You could also grab like a chair or something to prop your elbows up onto. Make it work for you. And if it's going well, if you're feeling all right here, try crossing the other ankle over. And with your ankles crossed, it's a lot more intense. Ooh, that's a fun time, eh? There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just avoid the big bony bits and go where it feels muscular, where it feels needed. Breathing your way through. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll do the other calf. Give yourself a second to readjust. And then when you're ready, pick up your bum and start rolling. And if that's feeling good, maybe you progress to having the other ankle over. And you can even do it with your bum down. It's way less intense. But if your arms get tired, that's an option. Otherwise, it's quite the arm workout to foam roll. Adjusting as you go. This is so good for you, even if it doesn't feel good in the moment. If it hurts, you probably need it. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you get a break from weight bearing on your arms. Let's stand back up and let's do your second round of your calf raises. Now, I'm standing on the floor because it's a bit more stable than on the mat. Keep that in mind. Squeeze your glutes and rise up. Control your way down. And just take inventory. How does this feel compared to how it started? What's your height like? Are you more or less wobbly? Or maybe it feels about the same, and that's fine too. Let's just go for a couple more. For me, I feel like I do have a little bit more range. It just feels more free to move. Okay, then let's now lie down flat on your back. We'll go into some bridges. Now, I'm gonna use my roller for my bridges to make it harder by putting feet on top. You don't have to do that. You could just do regular bridges, feet flat on the floor. Whatever you'd like. If you're using your roller, get the arches of your feet on with the roller somewhat close to your bum, just not squished. Arms by your sides, and then either tuck or roll your way up. That's the same thing. Either tuck and roll up or hinge. Same idea on the way down, either hinging or rolling. And same idea here. You're just using this to take inventory of your body and warm it up a little bit. But especially just pay attention and notice how your bridge feels. How easy is it for you to go up and down? And if you're using the roller, how easy is it for you to hold it still, or does it really want to wobble? What do your hamstrings feel like? What's your range of motion like? How high can you go without arching your back? But how much can you open through the front of your hips? Let's do one more. Hold it for an extra moment. Really take that inventory. Big inhale, and then exhale, lower yourself down. Okay, time to roll out your hamstrings after that. Give yourself a seat, and then you're just gonna drape one thigh over the roller. Other foot's gonna be on the floor. You'll pick up your hips and roll. So I've got my other leg on the floor just in front of the roller. Roll in between your glute and your knee, just underneath that thigh. And again, you're avoiding the big bony bits and those little tendons. You're not going too close to your knee, just on the meaty areas. And of course, you want to go side to side a little because chances are it's not right through center that needs it the most. It's going to be some other spot that you discover, right? Did you just find it? Now, if you do want it to be more intense, you could do it with your ankle crossed over the knee, like a figure 4 shape. You could also do these, depending on your roller and depending on the things you have, you could do it on a chair, if it's like a flat surface chair. You could sit there with one foot on the floor. I would hold on to like a wall or something. That works really well. It's actually more intense on your hamstrings. It's just a better angle to work with. But I actually don't have a single chair in my house. Now that I'm thinking of it, I have a reformer instead of a dining room table, and so therefore do not have dining chairs. The only chair I have is like a big Papazan chair, which is not a flat surface at all. So I'm stuck with the floor. Change legs. That's weird to think of. I don't have a single chair. I do not own a chair. You would think most people would have one of those, but I guess that's what happens when you choose Pilates over dining room tables. You would too if you could, wouldn't you? Sometimes I find it nice to kind of twist over and put both hands on one side of the body. Kind of eases up the pressure of the shoulders a little bit. Five more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, then back to your bridges. Do it the same way you did before, whether that was with or without the roller. And then same idea, either hinging or rolling up, try to match what you did. And I got a hamstring cramp. Not what I was expecting after rolling out my muscles, but you never know what you will get. Notice for yourself, does it feel easier? Does it feel harder? What's it like? Is it a different experience? Or if anything, it's just a good warm-up for your rolling. And a little bit of exercise for you. Let's do 2 more. Last time. Awesome. Feel free to give your legs a little hug, a little stretch. And then let's just lie down on your side. We'll have bottom knee bent. Bottom arm can support your head. And top leg is just gonna lift up. I've got my roller there, but it's gonna be up at hip height anyway, so the roller's not even in the way. From there, let's just lift and lower. Up and down, getting into your hip abduction. Now, try to do this all the way down flat instead of propped up, and try to find your mouse hole, that little lifting sensation underneath your waist. How high can you lift your leg without squishing your mouse hole? I really want you to be sturdy here so that you know exactly how high you can go before compensating. What's your range of motion like without kicking your foot too far forwards, without turning the knee and toe to face the sky, and without crushing your mouse? Just stay parallel, knee and toe forwards, and keep that waist tight. 2 more. Great. And then let's just flip over and do the other side. You can just roll over. I gotta flip so I can face you. Bottom leg bent, top leg long. Lift your waist, and then we lift and lower the leg. Exhale up. Inhale down. How high are you going up to here? How much effort does it take to lift your leg? How heavy does it feel? Notice all the things. 3, 2, and last one. And then take your seat, grab your roller. Can you guess what we're rolling out now? We have your glutes. So we're gonna have one side of your bum cheek on the roller. And then that leg gets to be relaxed, nice and long. Other foot is on the floor with the knee bent. And then just roll the side of your hip right into the glute area, staying off of those big bony bits and small bony bits, just hitting the meaty muscle. And I find with glutes, there's more meaty muscle than you think. Move yourself around, get into the back, get into the side, the underside almost. Find all the areas that need attention. And the nice thing here is you can go onto your elbow if needed. And it still keeps the intensity the way you want it. And then to make this one more intense, sometimes people like to do like a figure 4. And you can play with your figure 4. Maybe you have it with the non-rolling leg ankle on top, or maybe you switch that. Ooh. Find your spots. You'll feel them when you feel them. Let's just go for another 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we'll switch sides. Again, you guys could just flip over. I gotta turn myself around. Whenever you're ready, you can start rolling. How's this side compared to your first? Is there a difference? Have you been noticing big differences with your foam rolling side to side? Just taking really good inventory of your body today. Connecting deeply to it and noticing all of those little details. Deep breaths as you go through. Maybe try out those figure 4 shapes. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 2.5, and 1. It's always during the countdown that you find exactly the spot you need. Okay, we have the side lifts again. So lie on down, top leg long, and lift and lower, cinching up through your waist. What amount of effort does it take to do this now? Is it the same? Is it different? We won't do quite as many, but take inventory. What's your range of motion like? Are you going any higher? I feel like I can go a little higher here. One more time. And then flip it over, second side. And lift and lower, finding that little mouse hole, of course. I feel like I definitely have more range here. This exercise, I feel a big difference, I'd say. One more. Okay, and then we're going up to our knees. Or you could go to your feet and go into squats if knees don't work for you. But if they do, thigh stretch, which is really not a stretch at all. If you did March Madness, you'll know that. Squeeze your glutes, reach the arms forwards, get your core tight. Now holding yourself in this long line, head to knees. Hinge at your knees, lean back, and then come upright. And rather than a stretch, you're gonna feel a burn through the front of your thighs. Maybe a crack of your knee. And you're just going as far back as you can maintain that line. So it's really not big. Notice what your range is like. Notice where you feel that burn happening. And do one more. And then everyone's favorite with the foam roller, the quads. So you're essentially going to lay down in a plank, except with your thighs on the roller. And you're just gonna roll out your quads towards the knees, towards your hips. Now, if you don't like doing both quads at once, you could do one at a time and just have your other leg kind of stuck out to the side like a lizard kind of shape. Whatever works for you. I'll try to let you know when you're about halfway. Or maybe if you're doing it on double legs, you do one half and then the second half. However you want to go about it. I still like to try to go a little side to side. And to do that here, you're gonna just cross your ankles. And then your body kind of naturally pivots to one side. Switching side to side. And you'll adjust as you go. I'd say we're about halfway. So if you are doing one side, make sure you switch. And then find one of your tight spots. Kick your legs, feet towards your bum, kind of teenage girl reading magazines on her bedroom floor style. You get it, the visual makes sense. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am sorry for your pain. Now, thigh stretch again. Squeeze your glutes, core tight, lean back, and come upright. And what does that feel like? Is there any difference? Can you go back as far as you did before? Can you go back further? One more time. Okay, and then that's it for your lower body foam roll stretch and strength. So I hope you liked that. I hope maybe you felt a little bit of a difference from thing to thing after foam rolling. And feel free to stay on your mat longer and keep rolling if you found you really needed to pay attention to some areas. Now you know, and now you know how to roll your legs out completely, so you could always do that foam rolling routine without the exercises in between if needed. But I hope you enjoyed, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, you guys.